Hello and welcome to another Train Sim World 2 video, and if I do sound different, this is because I'm using a different controller. It's a wireless one. I decided, well, because there was hardly any point in buying an official PlayStation controller, because they are pretty expensive, even for consoles old as the PS4, I decided to opt for a wireless option because, let's face it, all I really needed was just a new controller where all the buttons worked, and to be honest, paying about 50 quid for one of those, because that's really how much they cost, at least, officially, I decided, hey, go for a wireless option and see how it goes. So this is probably one of the first times I'm using this with a microphone. Outside of streams, I don't know if it's going to be better or worse, because to be honest, the sound quality coming through it's not as great as the official one. Not entirely sure why that is, but hey, live and learn. And, for the most part, it's okay. It's a perfectly fine controller, it's usable. The only issue is it's a little bit difficult to accurately control, so with the analog sticks, I mean, with a game like Train Sim World, you want to have that accurate control with the whole cursor moving about. And so that's why you might see me kind of overshoot these buttons a little bit here. But either way, we're driving the Class 52. We're going from, I believe we started off at Seaford. No, we didn't. We started off at Bishopstone, I think, or somewhere nearby, and we're going all the way to Lewes. So not super far, but this is probably the first time I think you've seen the Class 52. I don't remember whether I uploaded a video on this before, but if it's your first time seeing it, welcome to the Class 52. This is one that I've wanted for a while, and in order to get this, I pretty much went the West Somerset Railway route, mostly because I might want the Class 33 as well at some point, and you need West Somerset Railway to get the 52 and the 33 as add-ons. Now, otherwise you can get it through the Diesel Legends pack, but you'll get the BR Blue version. Granted, that one does have livery editor support. Currently, the West Somerset Railway version does not. Neither does quite a lot of trains in the game, actually, some of the old stuff from the previous games. But all the new trains, they do come with livery editor support, so you can actually make your own liveries, which is pretty nice. I'm not going to complain about that. I rarely use it anyway, but just saying, it's nice that they did that, at least for the new stuff. And Class 52, it's alright. It's alright. At first I didn't like it, because I thought it was pretty weak on braking power. However, as I've gotten used to it, I've started to love it a lot more. It's a very weird looking thing. I think a lot of enthusiasts will just admit that the Class 52 is just a weird looking thing. And, well, it is, realistically speaking. It's a 1960s, maybe late 50s era train. So, I think it's 60s or 50s, but you'll be able to find that out for yourself. So it's very interesting looking. It's not bad looking by any means. It's quite a colourful thing in this form, with the bright yellow and the lovely maroon colour for the West Somerset Railway. And the interior is pretty much pristine. Everything's very clean in here, as you would probably expect from something that's been restored and very well looked after. So, yeah, no complaints about how it looks. It is a little bit difficult to get your head around, and there is one issue with it that I will point out. The issue is that the AWS lever is, I believe it's pretty much underneath the seat, and it's not underneath the passenger seat, or the second man's seat rather. It's underneath your seat as the driver, and if you're using immersion controls, you can't actually get down there to use the lever. You have to be in classic control with the whole switching cameras, and then that'll give you access. So nowadays I just don't bother putting the AWS on because it's just too much of a faff to go in and change the control scheme and then change it back just to put the AWS on. So just imagine that it has it. Just imagine as we're driving along that it's going off and all the rest of it. It does have two engines though. Both diesel engines, both very, very powerful, I've noticed. When this thing is on its own, as a single unit as it is right now, it's got some power to it. It really has. I mean, even in the throttle on position, like the lowest setting, it's got some oomph. And I believe you can drive this thing with one engine only. I don't think the game's going to complain about it. But yeah, it's got a lot of power. And, I'd say this is suitable for long distance journeys, not really repeat stopping. Mostly because if you're going to attach some coaches, you're going to want to practice your braking a bit more than with the single unit. Has two brakes, driver's brake and the train brake. Driver's brake, you should only really use that if you're using a single locomotive because it pretty much not really work if you're using coaches. So I have a recent video from Train Simulator, which is a YouTube channel pretty much maintained by Dovetail. The idea is that they had a video on braking and all the braking systems. And direct brake or driver's brake, it's the same thing. It only applies brakes on the locomotive that you're actually sitting in. It does not apply brakes on anything you're hauling behind you. Which is why if you're going to be running with stuff behind you, you're going to need to use the train brake. That activates all the brakes along the whole length of the train, and the whole thing in itself is called a train. But it activates all the brakes rather than just the ones on the locomotive you're currently sitting in. So with that in mind, you can use the driver's brake if you're running light loco. That's the term for just using the locomotive. And we got a beautiful setting here to drive the 52 in, a beautiful setting indeed. And I'm actually thinking about my videos and what sort of things I want to be doing with them. Glasgow is coming up soon. I mean, tomorrow, as of the time of this video when I'm recording, it will be the 7th of June, which is 3 days away from Glasgow's release. And as I said before, I'm getting Glasgow on day 1 when it comes out. That'll be at midnight, pretty much, on the 9th, as it turns over to the 10th. So I'll hopefully be able to do a stream on it, hopefully. And with any luck this video will have reached you without any problems, because I have had some minor uploading hiccups, really. I think is the best way to describe it. Just refusing to upload videos without taking about 8 hours, which is just diabolical, really. That should not be the case. Now, I am going to say the videos that I'm thinking of doing I'm going to take on probably a different structure if I decide to go this route. So with the way it is, I think maybe I'll do a few service modes on routes I really like with trains that I'm confident in driving. So just doing like the regular scheduled services in the game, just to kind of mix it up a bit, and we also get some decent weather effects there, bigger variety of stuff. And also I'll be trying to maybe do some showcase videos. Now, I've mentioned that term before, but I believe that I was doing it pretty much the wrong way. The showcase videos that I'm going to be working on will be, well, we're going to have no commentary and commentary versions of those. Same with all the rest of the videos, so you've got a lot of content to watch if you just don't like listening to somebody talking over. Now, obviously, I don't want to make every single video a no commentary video, because that way, I mean, I'd have to upload everything twice, because that's really the way how it's going to work. I just remove my voice from it in the editing. But anyway, with the showcase videos, the whole idea will be to show off the train, you know, me driving it, showing you pretty much all of its features across a few clips, maybe. Driving at different times of day, different weather effects, all that good stuff, and you can really get a feel for what it is to drive that particular train. Now, I'll only be trying to do that with trains that I enjoy driving and ones that I'm very familiar with, because otherwise it won't be much of a showcase. It would be more like watching somebody continuously fail to drive something well. Whereas if I do it pretty much perfectly every single time, you know, it looks a lot better. And you know, I'll try and do that. I'll try and show you a lot of more content to this game, because there is a lot here, right? There is a lot, and there are some routes that I haven't even shown you yet, like New York, for example, Long Island Railroad, which has been, the reason why I've been avoiding it is, one, because I haven't really played on it officially, so I don't know exactly what it's like, and two, because Dovetail keeps releasing fixes for that particular route. Apparently there's problems with it, and you know, if I know a route has got lots of problems, I don't really want to drive on it. Now, we're hoping those have been fixed, but even so, I'll do some testing with Long Island Railroad, see if it's a really nice route to drive on or not. And obviously when Glasgow comes out, that will join the roster of routes that I have access to, and we'll probably be using it quite often. It looks like a very nice passenger route to drive, very relaxed, and you know, very frequent stopping, so plenty of stuff to enjoy. Peninsula Corridor, right, it's next to the Pacific, but still. Peninsula Corridor, again, I've got that as a route, but I don't really use it much at all, because it's just a really long route. And I don't think there's too much interesting things going on with that one, which is disappointing, but hey, it's my personal opinion. If you really like Peninsula Corridor, that's fine. I'm just saying, I don't find much about it that's particularly exciting. But either way, we'll see how things go. And I am still working on my GTA San Andreas playthrough. Gonna try and get those thumbnails sorted out. I don't know when. Do not know when. But yeah, I'm not really in a rush to upload it. So yeah, we'll just see how things go. Thanks very much for watching this video. We have pretty much reached the end of our journey with the Class 52. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever you want to do. I don't mind. And hopefully you'll tune in for another video, which will hopefully be interesting. Right? I hope these videos are interesting. I really, really hope they are. Thanks for coming. Have a good day, and excuse any problems we might have had with the audio quality.